Hello, my friends. I have a nice little drive today, and I'm going to make this video about a topic that I know is very important, and it's been on my heart to share some information about this topic. The title of this video is called "The Cure for Loneliness." Now, one thing that is not really talked about enough, in my opinion, is the condition of loneliness throughout the world. There are people who suffer with loneliness. Old people, young people, kids in school, people of all ages. Loneliness has a few characteristics to it. Loneliness is can be a debilitating condition, and there is a cure for it. And I'm going to highlight the seriousness of loneliness, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to All right, friendships. Let me start with this. Friendships can be very difficult and very challenging. From what I've observed in life, not on television, not in movies, but in life, what I've observed is that friendships generally consist of a power imbalance, somebody needing the other person more than that person needs them. So the person who doesn't really need the other person is kind of like the leader of the friendship. And as long as the other person uh, follows follows that leadership, they'll be friends. I've also seen where those dynamics can change. Sometimes, like I'll give you an example. Like sometimes in high school, somebody texted me. Ignore. Sometimes in high school, you'll have a leader of a friend or a group of friends, and then after high school, everybody goes off to college or to the military, this, that, and the other, and that person who was not the leader stays in the area. And so let's say one of the people come back to the area and they're out of the loop. And so now the person who used to be the follower is the leader now. As long as that person respects that power dynamic, then they can continue being friends. So first thing I've noticed about friendships is that they're generally unbalanced. You rarely see it just an equal friendship. Uh, Another thing I've observed is that uh, people popularity is situational, and popularity is not really about an individual's character or confidence or looks, because there's a lot of good-looking people who are not popular. There are a lot of confident people and talented people who are not popular, and there are lots of mediocre people who are great, who are quite popular. I've observed in my life, and again, not on television or movies, but in real life, that popularity comes from somebody having a foundation of people who are there for them, usually family members. And so, like, you'll have somebody who has like a lot of cousins, maybe some brothers, people who are just around them in general, so they don't really need anybody else. And there will be people who don't have anybody, so they'll become friends with them just to kind of be part of that activity they have going on. And next thing you know, the person's a popular person, but that same person can move to a different situation without that support system around them and not be popular at all. I'm going to give you guys a real example, and this is why I probably even thought about wanting to do this video. One of my daughters, I have three daughters. One of them is in college, and when she graduated high school a couple years ago, she graduated. She was a cheerleader. That year she graduated, she was the homecoming queen, and she had a group of friends that she'd been friends with since babies, since pre-K. They called themselves the Fab Five, and they were the most popular young ladies in their school. She went off to college and lived in the dorms. And the first year she got there was quarantine, so they didn't have any online class. I mean, they didn't have any face-to-face classes. Activities, face-to-face activities were shut. Damn it! Sorry for cursing. Face-to-face activities were shut down, and so she didn't really have a chance to socialize. None of her friends were with her from back home, and then the roommate she was supposed to have ended up not coming to school, so she didn't have a roommate, and she had a very difficult time meeting people, and she was very lonely that year. So the following year, she said I'm gonna have a social life this time, and she um, got into an apartment dorm with two other girls, and it just didn't work out. These two girls, they kind of were friends already, and they shut her out, and so she's like in this place with three girls, but they're just all separate in their rooms. They're not really friends, and so she's learning how to extend herself and go out and one by one just kind of make friends and things like that. And you know, it's a challenge, but I don't worry about it. And I tell her not to worry about it because I know that when she graduates, and she's graduating this year, she's going to be in a different situation. She's going to be not living in college, and I told her, use these experiences to help you later on in life. Um, but what's my point? My point is people are lonely. Not everybody's lonely, but enough people are lonely to where it's a serious problem. And loneliness can just take away somebody's joy from life. And so let me fast forward to the cure for it. Here's the cure for it. And I'm talking from knowledge. Have I been lonely before? Yes, I've been lonely before. And am I lonely now? I'm not lonely at all now. But that's because I got to a point in my life several years ago where the Lord revealed some things to me, and loneliness is not an issue in my life. And if you do what I'm going to share with you, loneliness will never be an issue in your life. Here's how it works. Problems with friendships here's the biggest problem. There's two problems with friendships. Two problems. One, it it's hard. It's always hard to make new friends. All right. You might have a great circle of friends already, but if you're making new friends, it's hard and it's tricky. So that's the first of two issues with friendships. The number two issue with friendships is that friendships never pay out. You can have friends. I've had times where I had when I thought I had a whole bunch of friends. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out, spending all our times together. But as soon as you fall off or you need something that costs discomfort or money or something, as soon as you need something from your so-called friends, they're gone. You can forget about it. It's not. You're not going to get a return on your investment in a friendship when you need it. When you don't need it, whatever. But when you do need it, you're not going to get it. It's just not a good investment. But you want friends. So here's the thing: if you're lonely, all you have to do is be a friend to those in need. There are people who are lonely, who need somebody to check on them, just to talk to them, just to give them somebody to talk to. That's you being a friend. There are people who are poor, like homeless, who could use somebody to give them a few bucks or let them know that you care or bring them a blanket. All right, there are people in nursing homes who could use a visitor. There are family members that you have that cousins, all this sort of stuff that you can check on and be a friend to. There are people at work that you see could use somebody to help them with their work or whatever. There's a lot of need in life. Sometimes it's financial need, sometimes it's assistance moving or doing something. You know, when you see that somebody could use assistance, could use someone to care, and you give that to them, you're being a friend. You are being a friend to them, and you're being a blessing to them. What happens when you do things like this is that those people will always be around. People who genuinely can benefit from you, not leaving yourself hanging, but taking what you have to offer and assisting other people. Those people will never leave you. Why would they have any reason to turn their backs on you? You're a good person, one of the only good people in their whole lives. But you don't do this because you need them to do the same for you, because they won't. Uh, People won't even serve their creator. Why on earth would they be faithful to another person? So, what you do is you be a friend to people who need a friend. And you have a friend, it says in the Bible, who sticks closer than a brother. That's Jesus Christ. The Lord is your friend. And you give your time and your energy to helping other people, they will appreciate it. You will feel good about it. You will have things to do. And all of the things that you need that you would normally depend on a friend for, the Lord will provide it for you. If you need money, the Lord will give you money. If you need help overcoming a project or something like that, the Lord will help you to overcome a project. And I'm not speaking hypothetically. I'm speaking, this is how I live. I've lived like this for over a decade. I have friends, but not like friends where I'm depending on them for something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a friend to people who can use a friend, and the Lord has provided everything. My social life, the Lord has provided it. He has sent people to me, good people to me. Um, and the things that I would need a friend for, the Lord makes sure I have it. So here's the flow, the flow chart. You be a friend to people in general. When you see people can use a helping hand, can use a listening ear, can use a smile and a kind word, you give that to people. You be a friend to people. You don't need anything back from them. The Lord will be your friend. The Lord will provide you everything you need. If you need somebody to socialize with, the Lord will send the right person to socialize with you. If you need money, the Lord will bless you financially. If you need connections, the Lord will open doors to connections for you. The only friend you need is the Lord. You be a friend to others. That will fulfill a desire for you. It will fulfill you as a human. It will give you peace and joy and happiness. And the Lord will be your friend and take care of everything you need, more than a million human friends could do. That's the cure for loneliness. That's how I live. I am not lonely. I never experienced a lonely moment ever, ever. If anything, I try to find time to just spend by myself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in my car driving, I'm always driving to be around people and stuff like that. And I cherish time just being by myself. That's how not lonely I am. Although in life I've experienced loneliness before that, before I gave my life to Jesus. So you do that if you're lonely. You be a friend to other people, and the Lord will be your friend, and you will never be lonely again. I pray that the Lord blesses each and every single one of you in this life, and especially leads you to give your life to Him, uh, so that we can meet each other in real time and connect in the kingdom of heaven after we leave this life. Until next time.